need that flag. I need that flag in real life. Let's fucking go, everyone. How are y'all doing? I got a good stream for you. We had so much energy backstage that I'm not even going to prep you. I'm just going to give it to you all at once. You ready? Bam! There we are. Look at that. Look at that beautiful crew.
Yeah, baby. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up?
How are you all doing? How is your day in the Matrix going? As Mr. Chaos Chris would say.
Starving for
Another
good
beautiful
Wi-Fi
day
right now.
in the Matrix. Sorry, I just want to say that.
Nope, every time. Fucking love it.
Like I said, guys, you know, I want to do a sick intro. Yee's fucking pumping. What was it? Loop burn is absolutely exploding. We're making money when all you bitches are crying. This is what we do. We find the bag, we secure it. It's altcoin season. Now's the time to lock in and not deal with all the stupid bullshit you see on the news. This is what we're talking about. You come on here, you get gems, no bullshit. That's how we roll. Guys, please follow my boy Johnny, Nathan, Blockhead, huge come up on Pulse Chain, TEDx. He likes BRC20s, doing a great job. Nicest guy ever. The least fucked up person out of all of this. And then legendary, the man, the myth, the Mo, the guy who's really, really good at connections. And if you're slightly autistic, you like meme coins, hit me up at the verse 369 because that's what we do, baby. Let's fucking go.
That's fucking perfect. That was amazing.
I think the proper chain for you is the optimism chain, just so you can have the tism in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably fit there. You know what I'm saying? Look, I was buying shit on Bear Chain. Bear Chain's like Terra Luna, but a little less fucked up. You know, that's how you know you're at like a different level on this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Your autism goes up the risk reward.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know the best part about it? Because I'm autistic, you can't fucking sue me. So fuck all you guys.
That's amazing. Clip that fucking shit. I want to see that all bull run.
Nah, but all jokes aside, guys, here's the deal. We got a really great live stream today. You know, I think we'll probably go through some charts, talk about some gems. Because look, here's the deal. The market is extremely volatile. People are trading, but we got something big going on in the news. I don't want to get into the news and politics because we're not political. We're degens, you know what I'm saying? Which means because we got a lot of stuff going on, we're going to see the interest rate pivot. When the interest rate pivot, that's when altcoin season is going to take off. None of your other stupid shit with the charts and the stick figures. It doesn't matter. Interest rate pivot, money printer go burr, altcoins go boom. That's when we secure the bag. So we're getting close there. Now's the time to look at some plays. Everyone here's got some cool plays. Maybe we can go around in circles and talk about our top 2 picks or something. I don't know, Mo. This is your live stream. You're good at this
Chris,
stuff.
no one wants to hear what me, Nathan, and Mo are looking at. Everyone's here for you, buddy.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
Everyone's here for the fucking Chaos Chris Alpha, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Now spread open that beard and let the alpha pour out.
All right, fine. Fuck it. Let's just brag about all the shit we have, and then we can bullshit. So,
yes.
One of the top plays. We got 2 calls, right? So I'm gonna start with the first one. This one goes into the dinosaur, right? So if you guys saw Pepe, Doge, all that good shit, those are 4chan memes. 4chan was the OG internet where stuff was going on. I'm not gonna go too detailed in this because I don't want to get this like banned. But long story short, the internet was built off of 4chan, and that's when the memes started coming in. Oh, Ted was like, "Fuck these guys, I'm out."
Yeah,
I don't want
to
to get in trouble. Hey, I understand, but this one absolutely exploded, and it was the most obvious meme. It was the enemy of Pepe, and it's been out for almost I think a year or 2 years, and we told you here at a 200K market cap. It did a 62x, and you know the best part about it? When it pumped, it dumped down, and we called that bottom. All we do is call bottoms. You guys want to guess the name of the project before I do a screen share? Thank you, guys. Yes, sir. Pop up the screen. I got my screen share. That project is Yee. And you know the best part about all this? I love the sounds.
Wow.
We talked about this bottom right here.
I know. It always wants to repeat that. My bad. I'm sorry. Especially one time.
And we talked about this bottom right here. So we talked about these 2 bottoms. I even tweeted about this. You guys go on Twitter, and everyone else here shared it. So they called it. I called it. We all called it. All right.
Hey, can I pause you
out.
right there?
Yeah.
Because you called it on your initial call. You even called where you thought it was going to go over the next couple of days, and
I
gave
have
people
called
a
it.
better.
Where was the next
exact
seed?
date and called it.
Where was the next seed dumpage?
Right
14
here
million.
at this doji. At this doji, like literally, this was
Bitches.
Mexi dumping right here. Yeah, this
That's
fucking
crazy.
assholes.
That's
Fuck
a group of
Mexi.
people who don't want a bull run to happen. Bunch of bastards.
Oh wait,
Alright.
sorry, I'm on
Where do
market.
they do it there? Then
Sorry, I was on
20
market.
mil or 30 mil.
Yeah, so here's the deal. We call this bomb. We call this bomb. Now we're starting to shoot up, and we're basically testing some major resistance. We're trying to flip into support. So the main point I'm trying to say is this magnet right here. We might be trading there for a minute. You'll be lucky if we go down to 0.0054. And now this is for the guys who are looking for an entry position. If you already got your bags packed, you're ready to go. Don't worry about this type of TA. This is just me telling the people that are trying to come in and try to get a good discount on entry. So we're going to be testing out 0.0066, and then we might come back down and test out 0.00553. And the reason why I say that is because this is an Adam and Eve broke out. And typically with these breakouts, you might come back and retest. And when I say a retest, it could be for 15 minutes. It could be for an hour. It could be for 4 hours, but I don't think it's be for a very long time. So the main point I'm just trying to get across is when we flip this into support, our next target, we're going to be going for all-time highs when Mexi decide to be a bunch of idiots and start dumping on our ass. So this is going to be the main target, and this is what we're going to be shooting for when we hit up there. And the one thing I will tell you, I want to say this on live stream, and I want to make sure this is recorded so people can clip in the future once we get these AI bots coming in and look at the live streams. When we touch all-time high, we're going to have a lot of resistance there. But once we get a confirmed breakout and a retest, this thing is going to send so fast, you will shit your pants. I'm going to repeat that. This thing will send so fast, you will shit your pants, and then you'll start to believe that this is going to flip Pepe because we're going to flip Pepe. Any thoughts on the panels? Because I just talked a lot. But actually, wait, hold on. Before I open it up, main point I'm trying to tell you guys, a lot of resistance at 0.0066. When we clear that, all-time highs, and then bounce off all-time highs, ready to go. All right, open up to Pam. What do you guys think?
Hey, Tim, shout out. Thanks for joining, sir. You joined right at the point where he was saying you're going to shit your pants. So, right time, wrong time to join a stream.
I got my toilet paper ready.
All right, let's fucking go, man. Shout out to Tim from TFC. We will definitely talk about the material company later on today. But I just wanted to give you a shout out before we went around the horn. Johnny, what you think about Yi? Do you like dinosaurs?
I like anything that Chris calls. So,
Thank you.
Chris, I think between Chris and Gugod, I wish Gugod was here. I like to give him his props face to face. But between Chris and Gugod, I've made more money in the past like 2.5 months than I've made in over a year and a half. So, fucking legends.
I love it.
Fucking love it. All right, Blockhead, what you think? Are you in Yi to get in?
Yi looks like loot burn. The way that chart.
Okay.
You gotta brag about that one too.
Because
we did call that one. We call that one 50K.
Both those charts look like dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, it does look like a little brontosaurus.
I want to start by saying I concur with what Johnny just said, and I wish Gugod was here. Chris, I gotta admit, the tip on Yi was huge, and this stream alone and watching his progress over the past several weeks, showing nothing but positive strength and everything, because I really believe you have and Gugod have a big influence on the success of what Yi is doing, along with this panel here as well. But it's gaining attention, it's starting to get noticed, and I'm 100% behind the prediction. I mean, I do see it popping. I see it popping up big time.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hats off.
Go.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, Nathan.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think back when you were doing TA on it, Chris, and it was like 500K, and you were like, we're looking for, and you did this little like dip underneath. You were like, it might do this right here, and it did exactly that. And then that's when, and we had, it's crazy too, because we had the stream, you did your TA, and then I recorded the opening of the V3 1% pool, and I think it was right around 500K when I did that. But man, it's crazy to think like how far we've come. So
yeah, Nathan, to your point, I remember being actually in an airport. I was waiting on a connecting flight, and I had DM'd Chris. I was like, dude, it's approaching the range, man. He's like, sit and chill, bro. Sit and chill. Just wait. And all of a sudden, sure enough, like a few hours later, it was like, bye now. It was great. Awesome.
Fucking love it. Did you have any chance to check out Yi at all? It may have missed your radar, Tim, before.
He's like, is it on Pulse? We're like, no. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah, but, hey, that's why I asked the question. You never know.
I've known about Yi. I was just looking. I thought there was somebody paired it with TFC, but I don't see it on the list, so I don't know.
There is a Yi on Pulse.
So that's the copy over version when the Pulsing fork happened. So there's a copy version over there, and a lot of guys were speculating on it, and they're trying to get me to show it. And look, I like PRC 20s, but I'm talking to like everyone else who was telling me about it. I like PRC 20s, but I got to focus on this one because I got really push forward the marketing, because if I keep switching up, then it'll harm E in the future. So this is when we got to focus in. But yeah, Tim, to answer your question, that version is just a copy over version on Pulsing. So sorry, I had to kill two.
That's cool that there's a pool with that one and TFC anyway. It's cool.
Well, and the other thing I will say is the Pulsing guys, the extremely healthy thing you guys could do is if you really want to get Yi over there, you can create liquidity pools with the ERC20 and the PRC20 copy, and then also build the Wrap Pulse and the ERC20 bridged over copy on Pulsing. That way you can actually gain a lot of traction on Pulsing if that's something you want to do. I don't want to be the leader of that, but it's just a suggestion, and anyone is welcome to take it, but I do not want to be the leader of that. I just want to make that clear.
All right.
Sounds good. Okay, so we got a couple bangers that you have made in the last since we've been doing this. Which one do you want to talk about next?
We got to talk about the one on Sonic, because the homie Johnny and Nathan have been absolutely crushing it with the marketing. I mentioned this once, and bro, these guys took it to a whole new level. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, hey, this is a cool coin. I'm gonna go and let my ADHD go somewhere else and look at something. Next thing you know, they're like the main marketers behind this. So I just want to say, I did find the project, but the people that made the project were, number one, Nathan and Johnny. So I just want to make that clear before we get into that. So Loop Burn gets into adding liquidity, and basically they use the volume to burn the token. And I'll let Nathan break it down because he knows it to a science. That's just the watered down version. And the idea behind that is driving that volume through is going to make this hyper deflationary, and it's a massive experiment. So when we first talked about it, had a nice little pop. It was sitting at between 90 and 100K. And I said, okay, might be a good idea to clip in a little bit, but keep something on the sideline in case this thing dipped down. Came up, dipped down 50K, came in and said, all right, guys, now's the time. I got to cook. I got a chef. Now's the time to get in this thing. Then we had a beautiful, beautiful pop. A little bit of a correction, tested that breakout, boom, see you later, and we're just holding there. Now, here's the crazy part about Loop Burn. Not 1% of the supply has been burnt. Not 5% of the supply has been burnt. Not 10%. 19% of the supply has been burnt since the project was launched. This thing is beyond hyper deflationary, and it's absolutely awesome. Sitting at about 170K market cap. I think this is one that everybody on Sonic's sleeping. So I just want to open up to all you guys. What's your thoughts on Loop Burn and all that good stuff?
I think we need Nate to break it down.
Yeah, this is Nathan's baby. This is Nathan's baby.
Oh, man. Pull him up. But this is the face I look when I hear hyperdeflation. Is it real hyperdeflation this time? All right, let's see. Nathan,
Yeah, I know we had. Well,
you,
those of us that were involved or came from, are still in a certain ecosystem that is supposedly hyper deflationary. It's hard, to see that when there's an absent buy and burn that is absolutely able to be activated, but is not currently, right? So hyperdeflation may be in the future for, what I'm talking about, but so but it's interesting to actually see something. So when I think of hyperdeflation, I think of something that is at an amazingly fast rate. Now, in crypto terms, right, when you're talking about maybe 1% or 0.8% a day, that's a lot. But when you're waiting, you're waiting for these weeks go by. So we're at 15 days, right, and it's almost at 20%. We're going to hit 20% within the next 16 hours burn. But man, it's just like, it's so incredible to see and imagine what is actually going to happen. Maybe nothing will happen, but you have a token that started with 1 million token supply. It's down to 800,000 supply. You could have bought, if you bought a 1% bag on day one, that would now be worth what? It'd be worth more, right? 1.5 or almost 1.5%. But that's the interesting thing, is you could get in now, even if you think you're top blasting something when you look at the chart, right? And that bag is going. Mo loves top blasting. So do I. So does Johnny. Don't we all? I don't know. It's for the culture, right? It's but think about it. I mean, if you bought a 1% bag of loot burn right now, 800,000 tokens left, burning about anywhere between 0.5, 0.8% daily. That's crazy to think about. That your bag itself is going to, if you just hold it, right, it's going to increase in how much you own of the total supply without doing anything, right? And it's going to happen quickly. Now, when this thing starts going 25%, 30%, and they're burning from the LP as well, which is really interesting. So you have this whole loop mechanism happening, right? And the things that I absolutely love about it is the ability to set LPs quick and easy with literally no gas. You're paying like 0.004 cents to start an LP, to update an LP, to change your position. And that's what allowed me. So when I heard about this from Chris, it was about that before that first big dip down, right? So I bought in maybe around, I think it was 100, it was about 10 cents, I think it was. I followed that LP. And so this isn't for everybody, right? But I followed the LP all the way down, and I never sold any LBP to reposition myself. That was my goal this whole time. Never sell any LBP and see if I can chase an LP up and down and compounding fees back in, which I did with great success. And especially when you see where it stayed for a couple of days down around the 50K range. And people aren't really turned on to the whole LP game with this thing yet, but the people that are, you look at the chart and they make it really easy on the main decks, the shadow decks. So you got your loop burn going, you got the automatic burn every 8 hours, you got every 15-minute volume boost that's coming in. So think about that. For anybody that understands LPs, you have guaranteed volume if you're in range every 15 minutes. It's free to call. You don't have to connect a wallet. You go on the website, you click, the thing goes, right? And it's sending anywhere, even at 50, when it was around 50K market cap, it was sending about $200 in buy pressure every 15 minutes. But when it's getting up there now, I mean, there's times when we were hitting $1,200 in buy and sell pressure. So if you watch the chart, you'll see a buy, sell come through. Yes, it's selling, but it's also buying, and it's buying more than it's selling every 15 minutes. So, in theory, if everybody just bought their bags and sat there and then hit that loop every 15 minutes, you would watch this chart just gradually work its way up while it's burning supply down. And when that starts happening more and more, as more people get in, as more people understand the LP game, the liquidity gets thicker, sells have less of an effect. But when you keep burning away supply, yeah, the market cap is you're gonna kind of, if you stayed flat, right, the market cap, you'd watch it decrease. But buys are going to start at some point. Buys are just going to start absolutely sending this thing, in theory, right? in theory. So that's what we're all here. That's what I'm here waiting to watch and see happens. But the whole time I'm going to be keeping my LPs tight and in range. But you don't want to get caught, right? Because I got caught a little bit on that huge. We were at 50K for so long there. I was getting comfy. Someone comes in, puts a $6,000 buy-in, and bam, that candle goes up like that. And I was working. I had my phone open, watching my LP, and I send an email, and I look back. I'm like, I'm out of range. I'm out of range by a lot, but reset it, got back in, keep going. So, does anybody have any questions? Because it's simple.
Yeah, where does the burn come from?
What?
Where does the burn come from? Where does the removal of supply occur?
Yeah. So, does anybody? Well, here, let me share my screen here.
Well, just to add on,
Comes from the LP.
Yeah. So they did a great job explaining it. But long story short, when you put 2 tokens into LP, you earn those fees, right? So what this LP does is it takes those fees, converts into the token, and then burns the token. So the idea is once the volume goes through, that's how you burn the token. And when it first launched, it actually had a really thick LP so that it can facilitate that high volume going through. And that's why it burns so much.
So now would it be beneficial for you to place your LP on top of that? Like does their LP mechanics work for that wallet, and then you can add LP on top of that?
Yeah. So your LP will you'll gain fees off of the volume. So if it has a massive amount of volume you want to add into that LP, then you'll get a piece based off of the amount of the proportion of tokens you put up. So I bet the best way to really put it, there is the token ratio, but it's very difficult for people to conceptualize. But it's based on how much money you put up in that LP, you're allocated the fees generated through the volume going through that pool. So there's 2 ways you can do it. If you want to earn passive income and you're more of like an advanced guy trader when it comes to this, like Nate and Johnny, you go for the LP. Or if you're kind of like a dumb monkey like I am, you just hold it, and then just hold spot, and then just let it do its thing. So.
John,
well said. Well said.
What was do you remember when Nathan started talking about it?
Nathan. So Nathan started talking about it. We were like, "What? What is this? Sonic?" We're like, "What the fuck is Sonic? Like, what the fuck?" And then Nathan really started breaking this down. And here's the thing that I need everyone that's listening, that's on this panel, everyone needs to understand this. It takes a lot for Nathan to get hyped up about something. He'll get happy about things, but if Nathan gets very, very hyped up and almost fanatical about something, you really need to pay attention, because Nathan's like a diesel engine. He's like this. Out of all of us, he's like a diesel engine, right? Me, I don't have a good poker face. If I'm excited, if I'm pissed. I'm like big highs, big lows. You know what I mean? That's me. But Nathan is very good at level setting his expectations for anything. And when I hear him talking about Looper, he's in their Telegram, damn near running their Telegram with the dev in there. He is very, very active in that Telegram, helping people there, explaining liquidity over there, to the point where the dev doesn't even need to be in there because Nathan's all up in that fucking Telegram. Okay. So when I see that, right? When I see that, I'm like, okay, I need to get in this, just because Nathan's in it, and I'm like ride or die. Whatever my boys are in, I'm getting in. But then the amount that he talks about it, and the fact that our group was founded on liquidity providing and educating and teaching liquidity. Well, here's a fucking protocol that came out, and it's 100% based on liquidity mechanics. If you're an LP nerd like we are, that's really gonna get your attention. So that's when I got in shortly after Nathan said he was already in.
Yeah, bro. Every 15 minutes there's a burn.
Exactly. And they have that in their Telegram group. You see that thing going off, and then they always update you on how much supply is burned. And if you look right now, it's a little over 19.5%. So by the time we're on our next stream, by the time we stream again on Thursday, it'll be well over 20% will have been burned.
Yeah.
And it's only been around. Here's the other
calling-
thing. It's only been around for 15 days?
15 days. Yeah.
15 days, and damn near 20% of the supply has been burned. And organically, not like I took supply and I just sent it to the dead address, right? This is organically burned off the market. So that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oop, mute. I got two things for you. Well, just one thing. Fuck it too. I definitely top blasted this one. And how this one worked for me is, you know how we always talk about green candles are onboarding. Well, when he called it, as much as I wanted to jump into it, there was a lot of other things, and I had a lot of shit going on, and I just missed it. And I talk about this all the time. Set your notifications, because the difference between finding out a call a couple hours or a day later is literal X's.
Yep.
And I sat on it, and I kept having shit to do, and I was like, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get it. And then at one point, I transferred ETH to the wrong wallet. Like I was supposed to transfer it to the Rabbi, and I sent it to a different wallet. And I was like, oh damn it! All right, well I'll do it tomorrow. Well, by the time I did it, I missed a 2.5x, 3x. But why did I finally do it? Fucking green candles. And I'm like, all right, I can't miss this anymore. I have to do it. So green candles are the best onboarding.
Yeah.
And even the best of us end up top blasting.
It was crazy. A lot of people hopped in. So that was Thursday night, last Thursday. And we were at it was like at a 46 or 47K market cap. I had to hop off the stream, but you put me right in the center. And I just like did a little, just said something about loop burn really quick and then hopped off. And within the next 8 hours, it was people that got in then, they got a 2.5x.
And just to add to that, just remember, this thing's only at 170K market cap. So the top blasting something at like a 200K, 170K market cap is not a big deal. But 1 mil or like 2 mil, that's like a different story. So just want to throw that out there. We're still sub like 500K. So
right.
Yeah. So this team has done a couple tokens that I have to do a little more research, but I think they have a really good success rate, and even sending some to 10 million. But they're also with Fuego right on base, which is another interesting play, which acts more like a DAO, but it has a burn capability in it as well. But loop burn is kind of its own interesting little thing. It's just an engine that is never going to stop running. And when this thing starts getting down to like, I don't even know where it can get to, 600K supply left, 500K supply left. It'll be really interesting to see.
Question.
Yeah.
Can the buy and burn be turned off? And on
No.
Again? Interesting. I'm going to ask that one more time. Very slow. And I'm going to try to articulate that as best as possible. Does the buy and burn have an on-off switch?
It does not. It's automatic. Now, the only thing that could stop it is not having the protocol loaded up with gas money. But, 0.004 cents per call. You got to just chuck a couple dollars in there.
Right. I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Legit. All right.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Fantastic.
So going forward, I think we're going to have Nathan give updates on that one, since he's literally cornered that and championed that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I just will make this clear. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but even though I found it, the heart and soul of the project is right here. I just want to put that out there. So
correct.
I made that clear because here's the deal.
Team effort.
I might find gems, but what's great about all my homies on this live stream is they'll shill hard. So it's like a teamwork makes the dream work. So there's a difference between finding and shilling, and everyone else here is phenomenal at shilling. So I just will make this clear. The credit goes across the board. Just want to throw that out there.
And let, for the record, the king of calls is right here. This is where the alpha comes from. So when I say that Nathan's going to take that, it's just because, you know, he sort of made it his baby. But we all know where the alpha comes from 9 times out of 10.
Were you pointing at me?
He was pointing at you. I was going to let it go. Up there it is.
And that's in my hands.
Like, this guy, Nathan.
This guy right here. That guy.
The guy on the moon.
What's his name?
Right.
Lost Astronaut. That's his fucking name. All right.
There
Moving
you
on.
go.
Lots and lots and lots of calls that you have made. I have no idea which one you want to talk about. But I just want to say, your mom would be very proud of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, got to do it for the last name. Got to do it for the bloodline. You know, this is about legacy at this point. It ain't about money. That's all I got to say. So,
hey, Mo or Chris, why don't you pull up our new store value? Let's pull up Tim's TFC, baby.
I am already
loving this. I am loving this one more and more and more. I am so glad Gugad sent me Tim's video. Tim, what a fantastic video, by the way, that 45-minute video where you just go out and explain, you really put your heart on the line and just say, this is exactly what we're doing. This is what the team's doing. This is what we're about. Because after I saw that, Goo told me about it, sent me the video, and he goes, watch the video first. The minute that video was done, I didn't even look at the chart. I just went and just started going, man. And I am so glad that I did. This is, and I didn't get to, I don't even think we've officially met.
No.
I wasn't on the stream when you came on and you were explaining, and the guys had mentioned a couple times, if Johnny was here, he's probably freaking out right now as you were talking, because I was like, finally, we got a guy who is like-minded. He's trying to do the exact same thing that myself, and Nathan were doing with this other project on Ethereum. So when Gugad sent me that video and I watched it and watched everything about it, you're like, we have all the supply. Go fuck yourselves if you want to sell. I was like, yep, I love this guy. I was like, yes, sir. I was like, yes, sir. Sign me up. And I'm damn glad I did, because where did Goo talk about this? When did Goo talk about this one?
It was like right at
2.8.
Yeah. Yep. And as soon as he did, I was like,
2.8.
I'm in.
Yeah, I got on the chart.
Well, I'm actually working on another video on the history of money and how money functions and
Ooh, very nice.
of that nature. It's going to be
I'm a big fan.
educational. It's not going to be something to promote my coin in particular. It's just going to be about the role of money in life in general.
Jesus Christ. I swear to God, this guy is like me, only a different guy, because I gave like a Martin Luther King Jr. I had a dream speech about the function of money and the double coincidence of wants. I'm like, dude, here's my guy right here. This is my guy.
Yeah.
I fucking love it, dude.
It's still in my head. I'm starting to take some notes that I want to, prepare myself for. So when I do the recording, I'm not getting caught up with trying to follow through with what I want to say from one point to the next.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But man, if there ever was a store of value, like this is it. Like this thing doesn't do like crazy maneuvers in 1 hour. You know what I mean? It's like, it after the Goo God call, there was that, well, hey, go see you later. Hope you got in, guys, because you're out. There was that little guy. Then it came down a little bit. Then it came back up, and it's just climbing and doing its thing. And every day, I probably have 30 different Pulse Chain tickers on my Pulse Chain watch list. And this one is never at the bottom. That's what I love about this one. It's never it's never at the bottom.
What is it? Can you put it on the weekly?
Yeah.
I like the weekly chart.
This is just disgusting, bro.
What the hell is that? Looks like a Loch Ness monster.
This thing's banned in seven countries.
We went from
Loch Ness monster.
a Bronchosaurus to a Loch Ness monster.
Dude, two dragons, same time,
bro. Like How can you tell me? You can't look at a chart like that and be like, "Oh, it's a scam."
Isn't that the TFC logo?
That's what it's
Yeah, it does look like the TFC logo on the weekly chart.
I gotta tell Travis about
at
that.
4 cents. At 4 cents, I'm gonna have to start growing my beard out because that's a 10x.
Oh,
away from
dude,
me
yeah,
losing
look
all
at that.
this.
So
That is the tip. Look.
I need
The
more.
Matrix. Dude, I'm telling you, man, there's no such thing as top blasting this thing.
Tim,
That's what I love.
gotta
Look at
market
the
that.
chart.
Put your
Look at
logo
the chart.
and the weekly chart side by side on a Twitter post. That'd be.
I
that's
top last
amazing.
You
TFC.
just gave me a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Look at this chart, dude. Absolutely. And that's why I wanted to pull it up because on this channel, Tim, if you're unaware, we like to celebrate our wins. And every single week since Gugad has talked about this, it's been a winner. Every single look, you could have got in last week, you'd be up. You could have got in 2 weeks ago, you'd be up. You could have got in 3 weeks ago, you'd be up. You could have gotten 4 weeks ago, you'd be up. You could have gotten, dude, for 5 weeks. Five weeks
like
in a row.
That's 7 weeks,
7?
man. 7,
Yeah,
okay.
7 green weeks.
We're
Like-
working on week number 7 right now. of
Yeah,
green.
so there you go. You know what I mean? When you see that, it's like, okay, why is it doing that? Well, it's because all the supply isn't in dum-dum's hands. It's in the hands of people that are sorry. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. When you give all the supply out to the people, that's where you start getting into the Wild West PvP, and it's just a fucking show.
Let me tell you who the supply is in the hands of. It's in the hands of pissed off Gen Xers who are sick of being on the bottom side of the pump and dump game for year after year after year after year. We're done with it. We are so fed up with that crap. Like, put it into words, and that's what gives us the strength to just hold on to this, because that, you know, we're done playing that game.
Because you guys come from a generation of being able to hold on to something and not cheat it on a 15%.
Yeah,
right? What a different
saying
game it is now.
Patience? Is that what you're saying?
What a different game crypto is trying to become, but it's a breath of fresh
I
air.
just want to cheat so bad.
All I want to do is cheat.
That's it.
Jesus.
Look at this fucking chart. Jesus Christ. This thing's like a king cobra, dude. Look at this thing.
Yeah. So
Dan, I wish I had the Trump clip where he's like, "You're gonna be tired of winning."
Yeah, bro. It's like, I'm
so-
telling you right now, this is your store of value.
Yeah. So hey, just real quick, checking out this chart and just a little update for anybody who wants to know about what the TA is going on. So we were producing that inverse head and shoulders, came back up, tested the neckline, broke out, failed the breakout, came back down, and now we're testing support at about 0.008205. Now, some things that I like to look at for these types of charts, I like to look at the MACD. And one thing I like about the MACD is when you get these crosses where you get the 12 and 26 cross, and then you start seeing these like little green candles, it's saying that the short-term buy volume is exceeding the long-term sell volume. And what I notice is we're actually getting to another cross, and we're coming back down. We're getting to a bearish cross. So what I'm seeing right now in this chart is we're probably going to fluctuate a little bit more at the all-time high, and then we're going to get into accumulation phase and get that pop. So based off of this, I don't see us going anything lower than 0.007538. 0.006509 would be extremely lucky. I do not see that hitting. And overall, man, you know, we're seeing an all-time high, and I wouldn't say this is top blasting. This is just accumulation phase. So just want to throw that out there for anybody who has yet to get in. So
well said. Well said.
So, and
the fact is, I've got people that are wanting to get in that, you know, they got to sign up for an Old Glory Bank account. They got to get money onto Pulse Chain. And these people are not crypto people. So it's like I have to sit down with them. One person doesn't even own a computer. And all she has is a phone. And I'm like, we're not doing crypto on your phone. You got to get a laptop. So, you know, these are the kind of people that I'm dealing with to onboard. And it's like, we might move slow, but when we move, we move.
Yeah. And to add to that, the daily is actually printing something really interesting that I just noticed right now. So on the 4 hourly, I told you about that inverse hand shoulders, but now the daily is showing me a cup and handle. So when you get that chart on the 4 hourly, it's bullish, but when you get it on the daily, it's even more bullish. So what this is telling me is that this thing's getting ready to go. So in my opinion, it's accumulation phase, and it's a great time to clip in, not financial advice.
Oh man. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, dude. I got it, Blockhead. I'm with you, bro. It's like
Blockhead's drooling over there, man. He's just like,
I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna tell my parents when I see them for Christmas and I'm bald-headed.
what is that?
for a good
What is
cause.
that?
I'm gonna have to buy a
What is
wig.
that?
This is out.
That's
Is
the
that the
monthly.
monthly?
Yeah.
That's almost
Monthly.
Hey,
the.
can
that's a
you
green
give
board.
some of that love to Ethereum for fuck's sake, bro? Jesus. I would love to see Ethereum's chart look like that. Can you
Had
imagine?
a nice big green.
Launch a blockchain. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Launch a blockchain.
All right,
These
somebody
guys have-
somebody invent pump chain for me.
Shame. Oh, God.
You guys on
Yeah.
Fitz chain?
Well, actually, I want to tell you guys a funny story about TFC. So, when me and Gugad, we talk about plays all the time, and like I'll give him something, he'd be like, "Yo, that's fucking stupid, dude. Why are you even into that?" And then I'll do the same thing to him. That's just kind of our relationship, and it's pretty cool. We have a really great relationship like that. So when he gave me this project, I saw the chart like this, right? And so as a TA guy, when I saw that he gave it to me, I was like, dude, fuck you. I'm not gonna be your exit liquidity. He's like, nah, dude, look at the wallet distribution. And right when I saw that, I said, you know what? Fuck it. Clipped in a little bit after his 0.0028 call, and then off to the races, man. So like I said, I am your favorite TFC Maxis, favorite TFC Maxis.
Well, I'm glad you got in, especially you got in before that euphoric candle took off. That's great.
I think we made that candle.
Yeah, pretty sure that was us.
Everybody in this candle.
Pretty sure that was everybody here created that euphoria candle. It was crazy, man.
Because, hey, I'm telling you, when you guys talk, man, people listen. People are starting to listen and pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So, and especially now, I believe, I have to imagine a lot of our listeners, a lot of the viewers are pulse chain people. So, the people that are already on there, it's very easy, very easy to transact. And it's like these guys, Chris and Goo, Tim, I'm sure you've already heard about this, but they don't just like blind ape into things that we talk about, at least on the show. So if we talk about it, that means that these guys have done some extensive vetting of projects. There's a bunch of stuff that gets shilled to us in the house. You're in the House of WarlordZ. There's a bunch of stuff that gets shilled in there all the time. But for us to come and like talk about it and like champion it, it almost has to get like a group approval, right? It has to get the nod of approval from everyone. And before it even gets to that stage, Chris and Gugad have done like ridiculous amounts of digging into these projects. And that's not just for you, that's for everyone listening to this.
It's like 7 days out of 13.
Right. And if you guys keep hearing us talk about stuff, it's not because Tim's paying us. It's because we're all in it and we all love it. If we talk about it, we love it. We genuinely love it. So you guys might want to think about that, because if you're in something and we're not talking about it, and you want us to be talking about the thing that you're in, you need to come and jump on with us. We're having a damn good time. So
yeah.
Look, can I just say one thing? I don't have a lot of wealth. What I have in crypto is kind of what I have. There's not a lot of chances for me to pull dry powder and just keep shoving it in. So I sort of had my core plays, and I'm like anyone else. You sort of maybe you decide you don't like that core play anymore. Maybe you shift them around a little bit as the year goes on. Well, my core plays are my core plays. Okay. The dry powder that I had, I've used to go into these plays. Almost every one of the calls that we have made now, my bags are worth more than the core bags. because they've just ran that much. Like,
how's your ICBM doing?
it's doing great. I got in early.
Yeah, that nuke the
Doing
supply.
fucking great. I even waited until a day after the stream that I did with them, in case anyone would accuse me of buying before the stream. And you're like, oh, you're just gonna pump and dump. Okay, well, I gave you a full 24 hours, and then I bought afterwards. And they're a 3x up since the first stream. Just did the second stream with them.
Nice.
And I'm not even going to talk about that. I was just going to talk about, the fucking alpha coming from Chris. His alpha has increased my bag size more than my core size. And that
my core has
small amount
vastly changed the past 2 months. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
TFC is now part of my core. That is now if I go into some bullshit degen play and I 2x it, which I did not too long ago, because there was a call in House of Warlords. If you were in there, you got a tremendous play from our boy Booyah. But I got in there, made a very nice 2x. I was able to get out instead of top blast for once. But I took that money that I made on it, right? And I just dumped it into my core. One of those cores is TFC. That 100% is one of my cores now.
For the record, I've been approached by people that have offered to provide me with a service of basically shilling my coin if I paid them. And I had to tell every one of these people, I haven't extracted $0.0001 from TFC for myself. I'm not going to do that to pay you for something that our team is doing for free. We've been working for almost 4 months and haven't drawn a paycheck. How many people do that in a real world? That's how much our store of value means to us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I get it. And like I said, we didn't pay you. Did we pay you? You didn't pay us. We didn't pay you. We're just bros hanging out, enjoying life.
Yeah.
And
I'm really excited about coming on this stream. I'm actually digging you guys quite a bit.
Hey,
glad you do, man.
And I just want to say one thing about like our calls and stuff, and I can speak for Gugat on this. When it comes to these projects, and thank you, Johnny, for all the kind words, man. You really hype us up, and I really do appreciate you. You're a really good friend, bro, and all that good stuff. But when it comes to us getting these projects, our biggest fear, me and Gugat, is if we give you guys a project and it completely just goes to shit. That is our biggest fear. And like we'll hit like a 10, 100x or 1000x and be really excited for maybe like 30 seconds. And they're like, all right, what's next? But then we see other people hit that same hit. We're happy for a week. It's like, it's weird. So the main point I'm just trying to say is we want to see you guys win. Tim, the only marketing you need is here on this live stream. Fuck those losers. We're going to take this shit to billions. And like I said, guys, enjoy us right now while we're degens, because when some of these plays run and get really, really high, it's going to go from degen mode to shill our main bags mode. And we're not going to be throwing in the next new shiny object at you. That's all I want to say.
Take no
let me add on to that one last thing, and just to compound what both of you said, like the amount of projects that people want us to talk about is insane.
Really?
Like there is a curation in topics and in projects before we talk about them. We will not just talk about something. Like there's a million projects. 10 new things pop up every time. We have 1,200 people between the two telegrams, between Council of LP and the House of Warlords. People are into all kinds of different projects, and they want us to talk about everything. So I just want to throw that out there, that we don't talk about 50 projects every single time. This guy doesn't come with you like ape into this, ape into that, ape into this. Okay. He does solid research and he presents it to you for a very small amount of projects. And so far, if you have even done all of them, you've done very, very well. So shout out to you.
What's the sushi that you have to like book like 6 months in advance, like omakase or something? That's what these cooks feel like. You gotta get them because they only come in once a week.
Hey Mo,
I say one more thing. The fastest way to get us not to talk about your shit, come into our DMs and offer to pay us.
Oh yeah,
that's it. We're not going to ever talk about you, no matter what. Then at that point, so just throw that out there.
So Mo, question for you,
Ted.
No, it's all good. Question. So Mo, have you seen an uptick in requests from your audience in wanting to be part of this stream? Since we've been doing this on a regular basis, it's gaining more attention. I mean, are you getting more DMs and more inquiries about whether or not we consider, talking about something else or
My
another project?
Telegram, my DMs on my Telegrams are permanently archived because they're inundated with that many random, like Tim said, hey, I would like to show your project. I would like to do Telegram marketing for you. I would like pay me this, pay me that. Let alone all the people who, hey, you should talk about this project. This is a really good thing. It just started. It's like 50 market cap, 50K market cap. And you're like, okay, that's awesome, man. I'll tell you what, I'll keep an eye on it. And if a community builds around it and we talk about it as a team and this and that, but yeah, probably not. No, I'm not going to talk about anything that you go into my DMs with. Like it's going to have to be a grassroots thing that gets it to our attention.
I would say
the
best way to
so true.
And I would say our biggest motivator, we're all proof of work homers. We want to see you doing the work. If we see that there's a team putting in the work, what does that mean? That means they're on X, they're in Telegram. The Telegram is lively. Their X account is lively. They have some activity. They have a community, right? If I go into their community and I start talking shit, are they going to blast me, dude? I want to see all of that stuff. If I see all of that, that's when we're going to be like, okay, yep, this is solid. And usually by the time Chris and Gugad, by the time they bring it to us, they've already done that part.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been seeing some weird shit in my DMs, like, hey, would you be interested in becoming part of a super group and all this other stuff? It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's all
who
scam.
The fuck are you?
It's
like, who the fuck are you? It's like, what else?
You don't want to be a part of Mastermind, Ted?
For $13.
For $13.
I think we're here.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Do you want to pay $2,000 to get in the mastermind? Never mind.
Yeah, it's like, what the? Get away from me, people.
Oh my God. I will say this to what I just said about DMs being almost permanently archived. I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't missed things that have been shilled to me. I have missed plenty of things, but our interest in doing this the right possible, the best possible way, and doing this knowing that all of you are in the same position that we are. That's what we're doing here. We're going grassroots from the beginning. Anyone who pitches shit to us, we're not interested in that. We want, like, look, what Johnny was saying, I kind of said it a different way off stream today. And I was like, I want communities that, and I don't want this necessarily in my boss, but I want a community that's Charlie Sheen, Tiger Blood fucking energy. I want people who are just rabid about their fucking community. And that's what we start to see. We see momentum. We see communities. We see energy. That's what we fucking see. And that's what we gravitate towards. And all of that encompasses good people. And that's what we're gravitating towards. We want to gravitate towards good people, good founders who want to look out for their communities. Who people like Tim, Tim, one more time, how much have you market sold on TFC?
None.
Oh, what a fucking concept.
Yep.
That a founder doesn't market dump on his own fucking project. That's
how much has Gugad sold on King, Crown, King Jr., Inky, Alien? How much has Blockhead sold?
How much Dragon Fart Dust did you sell? How much BPI have you sold?
0.
How much Lost Astronaut have I sold?
Exactly. That's the thing.
Support the communities.
It's like like-minded people. And the thing is it's really easy to say that, like, yeah, of course. But when you look around at what's going on in crypto right now, you don't find that. You do not find that. You don't find charts like these guys. All you're going to see are these crazy memes that last 24 hours max, like your Trumps, your Melanias, that like do some crazy run up. They get a lot of hype because of the name behind it. And then it just absolutely nukes. That's not what we're interested in. We're not interested in the wham, bam, thank you, ma'ams. That's not what we're interested in. There's plenty of those calls in the House of Warlords if you are interested in that. But on stream, we're not going to tell you guys like, hey, get into this crazy ass Solana play that we just found. Which, by the way, the one I was talking about was a Solana play. But
hey, those Solana plays are ruthless, though.
Dude, that was I'm going to be honest with you. I was in that coin for maybe 3 hours, and I was sweating fucking bullets all 3 hours.
Yeah, that was
that was a crazy call. Booyah called it at 40,000. It went to like 1.96 million, and I was like, I'm out. Thank you very much.
He called it during,
that one.
He called it during breakfast and by
what
lunch. He called it during breakfast, and by dinner time, it was done. It was
Wow.
done.
Bro, I was out all day long, and that's literally the I didn't have my notifications set for Booyah. I didn't. So by the time I saw that call, whoops, missed it. Damn it.
Yeah.
Set
So
your
that's what I'm
notification.
saying. Like, if you want those kind of plays, we got them all day, every day in House of Warlords. It's not for the faint of heart, and I am much more comfortable, and I'm more in my element, in my core bag. So, my recommendation is if you go in very lightly into something like that. I went in way too heavy, but ended up working out to where I was able to dump, a good chunk of change into my 4 cores.
I'd rather get paid to dig ditches than chase pumps. It's just
dude, it's not for me, bro.
Stressful.
It's not for me. I'm not good at it. Chris is nasty at it. Chris can pull a 2x in like 15 minutes. He's like, oh, I 2x this one, I 10x this one, I 5x this one, I 6x, and you almost get caught. You're like, oh, I want to do that too. But it's like, dude, I don't have that in me. It takes a different type of like. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm not that guy. Chris
Balls of steel. Balls of steel.
I'll tell you one thing. In those groups and stuff, I'll always say, like, if I get into something, I'll put up a disclosure and say this is very high risk. I don't know how this is going to go. So just fair enough. But if you want those crazy high risk plays, they'll be in the Telegram group. But the ones that I post to Twitter are the ones that I know the people are going to make money. So that's one thing I learned in my little crypto career, because I used to show everything. And then I realized that's not a good idea if you're trading. If you're just like a long-term Hex Maxi, Richard Hart holder type of guy, I get it. But if you're kind of like that fast money type of dude, you got to be very selective on what you show, because you want people to make it. So, man. So you guys want me to run through a couple more charts?
Yeah, man. Do 2 more.
Right. 2 more? All right. I need to talk about this one. This one's actually big. Yeah. We need to talk about this one. So I'll share my screen real quick. So here's the deal. Hyperliquid is basically a centralized exchange on the blockchain. TradFi and all these guys are actually getting in. They absolutely love it. And the reason why it's so big is because of the leverage trading. If you're in crypto and you're not an advanced trader, do not get into leverage trading. If you do this full time, you've been around for a minute and you're only using 1% of your net worth, I get it. That's completely fine. But I want to make this crystal clear. This is not me endorsing leverage trading. Even though I do it, I never post my P&Ls because I do not want that to spread. So I'm just being very honest with you. So there's actually a project like Hyperliquid that's on Base that's actually getting a lot of adoption. And the name of this protocol is called BSX. When I caught on to BSX, I saw the backing. Coinbase is behind it. Arthur Hayes is behind it. And there's speculation that BlackRock might be behind this play. So what I'm thinking is, with Coinbase setting up their app so that you can trade anything on the Base chain on their actual app, I think BSX might be that place where big institutional money come on and start leverage trading. So I'm making a bet that this will be the token that Base is going to push forward to be their Hyperliquid competitor. And the crazy part about this, nobody's talking about this project. I'll make this clear. Nobody's talking about this. And Arthur Hayes and all these big guys are behind it. It is a very big VC funded project. Just keep in mind. But in my opinion, this thing's an absolute gem. So right now we're sitting at about $3.4 million market cap. When I started posting about 0.001, came back down. I mentioned again at 0.01 again. I said, hey, this thing's going to do its thing. And we got a beautiful pop. It was about close to a 3x. and then now we're coming back down and we're consolidating sideways. So long story short, what I'm seeing on the MACD is we might get across our size dipping down. We could potentially hit a magnet right here and a magnet maybe right here. We might have to fill this wick. I'll put this up right here. This is going to be your box of opportunity between 0.01 and 0.014. This is a long-term utility play. I like it. I'm going to take a bet that Coinbase leverage is going to be home on BSX, which you can find on Coinbase. Any questions before I move on to the next one because we're short on time?
No.
Cool.
No, I got a watch list.
Cool. Yeah. So BSX, and I think, and I'll be really honest with you guys, I do think this is going to go to multi-millions, so like hundreds of millions, but I do think a project like this could go to billions because the people backing it have billions of dollars. That's the difference between this and just an average meme coin. Other one, I'm going to keep doubling down on this one. I love this protocol. I love games. You got to be in the gaming narrative on when it comes to blockchain. It's called Heroes of Mavia. This project is building a game that you're on your smartphone. On average, people are on their smartphones 7 hours a day looking at cat videos, playing Pokemon cards, all that stuff. It is what it is. Now, what I like about Heroes of Mavia is they're basically like a Clash of Clans alternative, trying to bring in an in-game cryptocurrency. And I've also have a few friends out in Dubai that are telling me that big money's backing this. So this is my number one pick for the gaming run. Now, when you guys were here, we were actually talking about this, and it actually dipped down. We were talking about this right around, I believe it was 0.15. We dipped down, and then Crash Clay made a call and full sent this all about a 6x. After that call, now it came down, and it's coming back and it's consolidating. So the reason why I'm going to say this on live stream is because we came down, bounced down, we got a little sideways consolidation. Right now is the best time to get in if you want to get into a gaming pick. This is very similar to BSX, except this gets into the gaming narrative. I think this is going to be the number one gaming altcoin on top of Base, and I think Base is going to be the top chain during the next during altcoin season. So, like I said, that's Heroes of Mavia, my two favorite picks when it comes to the leverage trading and the TradFi stuff, and then the games and the Pokemon and the Clash Clans and all that good stuff. Any questions about Heroes of Mavia?
You said it was on Base?
Yes, Base.
Yeah,
Well,
can you
okay.
tell me what wallet I put it into? Because I can't find it, but I know I bought it.
I jumped on both of these as soon as you mentioned, Chris. So I remember that stream, and so I was like, "Yeah, let's take a good hard look at it."
Yeah, these are ones that I'm not trading them. Like a lot of the other ones I mentioned, I'll trade and keep a moon bag and all that jazz. I'm not trading these. These are my long-term like core bags because I'm taking bets that these, like when money comes on Base, they're going to be looking at these types of protocols. So
Agreed.
Yeah, and you guys are lucky. I might give you one more gaming coin. I might. It depends. I'll have to think about it. But for right now, we're going to stick with Heroes of Mavia and the BSX and keep it less confusing. So, yeah, man, that's all I wanted to talk about when it comes to charts and altcoins. Those are some really good picks. And also, last thing I want to say, we need Johnny, Nathan, TEDx, Blockhead. How many followers do you have on X?
I got almost 1,000.
You know, how, like, is it under 1,000?
Yeah, it's like 940 or hold on. 945.
Okay, here's the deal. If you get TEDx and Johnny, I'll put you two together. These two, I'll launch a crazy AI play. I want them at 1,000 followers on Twitter. I know the other guys on this. I believe Tim, you have 2,000. Mo, you have 4,000.
I have like 3,500, I think.
You have 500?
3,500.
Oh, 3,500. Okay, I was about to say. I was like, all right, I'll add you to this.
What the fuck?
3,500.
And then Block and Nathan, if they go to 1,000 subscribers, I got another AI play that's absolutely crazy. And this one's actually a lot easier to buy, and it's starting to dip. I'm okay with not telling any of you guys about it and just letting it go down. But if you guys want that play, I need these guys X accounts at 1,000 subscribers. So that's the deal, man. 1,000.
I'm 42 away.
Chaos
42 away from 1,000.
Baby. Chaos equals green over here.
All right. Hey, let me just say that. Okay, this means some of you would be awesome if you make a post that says, hey, follow my buddy Ted. That's what we're talking about. Let's get Ted to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get Johnny and Nathan to those marks. Let's fucking get everybody up. Get everyone to subscribe to these people. And like I always say, set the notifications.
Nobody loves me.
Like I said, guys, and look, I'm not gonna release them. I don't like. I'll tell all the homies, but I will not tell you guys until they're at 1,000 subscribers. Because if you want the alpha, you just got to do a little extra for us. That will help us increase our live streams, show your bags, get more people in here, and it's just a win-win all around. That's my main point. So
let's fucking go. All right, last one. What you want to talk about? You want to talk about King? You want to talk about how? You want to talk about what do you want to talk about?
No, we gotta talk about Adamantium, man. Block's in here, bro.
There we go.
It's still in that box of opportunity.
Yeah, let's see if we get any updates. Like I said, I don't want to go too like it. I got my chart shared. When you get a chance, man. And so when it comes to TA, you know, you don't want to like milk it too much, but I think the main point is, you know, it's good to check back and see what's going on. So yeah, I got my screen shared. Yeah. So look at whoa. I'm glad we looked at this. All right, check this, guys. All right, you guys are gonna like this. All right. So it's crazy how I had the MACD on when this chart popped up. So when you see this orange line and this blue line cross, that's going to be called a bullish divergence. Now, to follow it up, let's look at the RSI. RSI, so we're not oversold, nor are we overbought, so we're sitting flat. So what this is telling me is that we're getting really close to a bounce on the ADMT. And now that we came dumped, got a little bit of a doji, bullish engulfing candle, and we're respecting that 0.005839. Didn't get too far down the box opportunity, but the starts at this line. So in my opinion, at this magnet, it's going to be great because when these two lines cross, we're going to bounce, baby. So like I said, ADMT definitely looks great. Went through its growing pains, sitting at a 44K market cap. So
I think almost 24% is burned so far. So the markets are doing its thing.
24%, guys. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then I got shout out to King. So my two coins that I show hard on Pulse Chain, it's number one King and then number two TFC. And those are going to be my big picks, actually. And then number three QGC. So those are the only three coins I'm going to talk about going on Pulse Chain. I'm not going to talk about all the other random shit. So, but like I said, King looks absolutely beautiful. We are respecting this trend line. We had a beautiful inverse hinge shoulders, and before we formed that right shoulder, we actually exploded up, hit our target, out of it, corrected, tested the all-time high. We had a dump followed by doji, and if we close out above 6 zeros and a 3126, that will be a morning star, which means we're going to come back up and test all-time highs. So King looks like it's ready to go. I don't even need to look at the MACD and RSI based off the candle formation. Now let's take a look at the weekly real quick. Weekly looks good. We do have a spinning top doji. Spinning top dojis, it's a 50-50% when it comes to reversals. So when you see something like this, where you have two wicks and then you have a really meaty center, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be an automatic reversal. It's just a suggestion we might have one. And so based off of this, what I want to see on the weekly is if we can close above 6 zeros and a 3.6, we're getting ready to touch 1 mil. So overall, guys, King's awesome. Great play, all that good stuff. And that's the other chart I got to say. Any questions, comments, concerns on King or Adamantium? And it's awesome you actually say now.
Since Goo's not here, do you want to touch on the treasury that he did?
Yeah. Let me.
I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people fully understand or may even know that he has like this treasury that he just started up.
Yeah,
it's pretty unique.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. Man, how do I put this in? I got to put this in dark mode. Sorry, guys, if I'm messing up your eyes. I haven't done it on this computer. We'll just go with the bright white lights for now. So basically, what's going on with King? Actually, that might make it a little bit better. So there's a wallet that has 20% of supply. It takes the reflections and then buys the King token. It will never sell. So it's a benevolent whale buying up the supply going to the future. It adds LPs to certain tokens. So let's say TFC goes on a pump. Hey, we need more King LP with TFC. Or there's a coin that pumps up. We add LP at the top so that when it starts dumping down, the volume goes into King, buys more King, and then we remove the LP so that you have more King in that address. The idea is it's this crazy wallet that loves to eat these tokens up and support the King ecosystem. Now, there's also something also awesome about this protocol. If you got your favorite token or tax token, you send it to the King wallet. It will do the same exact thing it's doing for King for your token. 3% of HAL was sent there. 1% of Myth was sent there. And then a new token called Mellow. It was 1% of Mellow was sent there. And
so we're going to send 1% of BP dot, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And base PDI is going to that project. And the goal of this is to be a benevolent whale to support these tokens. So overall, it's a great protocol. It also has a thick TFC LP in that wallet. And like I said, man, I'm excited for altcoin season because this thing's going to absolutely crush it.
Fucking love it. Fucking
Hey, Johnny, so you said BPDI is going to go towards that, and that's a base protocol, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so how does that work?
BPDI gets a
EVM wallet.
time burn from the House of Warlords treasury. So
Got it.
there's going to be a time when before we bridge that, we'll allocate some to the treasury for King.
And keep in mind,
I
Ted,
see. Okay.
that HAL is going to produce rewards, and then those rewards will buy more HAL, which will basically burn base PDI. So it's a positive feedback loop. So that's going to be the deflationary mechanism behind base PDI.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm with you.
And let me just say this about a couple of these tokens that you see. As we're getting ready to go into the bull run, I want you to watch tokens and where the volume maybe slows down because for whatever reason. Now, when the volume slows down, does the community start nuking it? Because that's what happens most of the time when volume starts dropping on shit. Everyone starts nuking and they go, the gravy train's over, time to get the fuck out. Most of these projects that we call when volume does slow down for a bit, it almost stabilizes into a nice little store of value. So
Yes.
I would just say watch out for these protocols that don't dump when it gets slow. Because it seems like we have quite a few communities here that we are accumulating that really don't seem to want to sell. And that's what we're all fucking looking for. So let me just say that. All right, time for last words. Gentlemen, this was an awesome stream. Tim, thank you for coming out. I'm always pointing the wrong fucking way. I'm not mad. I'm not bitter. It's okay. Thank you for coming out, sir. TFC is an absolute champion. The calls that are being made in these groups are, dare I say, turning epic. Definitely legendary. If you want your friends to win, like everyone in these groups are winning, start sharing out these protocols, and we can all win even more. So that'll be it for my last thoughts. We'll go around the horn, get everyone else's last thoughts. You can talk about whatever you want. You can give a shout out to your wife. You can talk shit to your neighbor. Talk about your favorite crossword that you've been doing recently. I don't know. Whatever you want. Tim, we'll start with you.
Oh, I just want to say I'm glad to be here. Give a shout out to anybody on the team that might be watching. I kind of came on here spontaneously, so I don't know how many people are out there. But anyway, it's good to be here. I love hearing all the positivity and just knowing that, we got people here that are on purpose and we're making this work. And, I look forward to us all winning together. So, that'll be my last thoughts for the evening.
516 on stream. Just a couple people.
Nice.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I was muted. All right, guys. Hey, just want to say great live stream. Everybody came on. as always, guys, please follow the Mo. Nicest dude ever. Sets these live streams up, connects well with people. Shout out to Tim, building one of the best projects on Pulse Chain. Shout out to my boy Johnny, always hyping it up, putting out the alpha, educating the people. Shout out to Nathan, absolutely killing it with loop burn, man. Like, he is putting the team on his back like Marshawn Lynch. Shout out to Block, building Adamantium, and also he's got a new series, Maxis versus the Trenches. Absolutely crushing it. Fuck the Maxis. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But like I said, great series, guys. Show them support. And then shout out to my boy Ted X, getting into those Bitcoin ordinals, spreading the love, and also being one of the nicest dudes. And like I said, guys, all those accounts, 1,000 subscribers. I'll drop you guys gems. If we don't get 1,000 subscribers for them, then it is what it is. I'm not going to put it out there. And lastly, if you like meme coins, if you like altcoins and you're slightly retarded, follow me at the verse 369. Till then, we'll catch you in the next one.
I love it. It's gonna be the Tropic Thunder. If they don't get to 1,000, then go fuck yourself. All right.
I just watched that again last week.
I fucking love that.
Solid.
Johnny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a good time. 533 people on stream. We love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate the support. Guys, what we say on here is not financial advice. However, we do enjoy winning, and we have been winning for quite a while now. So, if you're along with us just for the journey, awesome. If you've been winning with us, congratulations. We will be doing a lot more of these Mondays and Thursdays now, right, Mo? We're going Mondays and Thursdays now. That's the official 2 days, okay? These Monday ones are starting to get hectic. I love it. A lot of energy, a lot of positivity. Make sure you guys look into TFC. If you have not seen the video that Tim put out, either come into the Council of LP, go into the TFC, or find Tim, find House of Warlords, find someone and just at someone, at one of us, and we'll go ahead and send you that video, because if you're not in it and you're still kind of hesitant because the chart's ridiculous, I understand that. But after you watch the video that he put out, it should open your eyes a little bit. It opened mine for sure. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware that there is a nice little educational, it's like 45 minutes long. It's a nice educational video. Please give it a watch. Like the verse said, make sure you're following all of us, because you never know where the alpha is going to come from next. Until next time, love y'all, mean it.
Love it. Hey, buddy.
That was me. Sorry.
Hello.
That was perfect timing.
Oh. All right.
And Nathan, you're up.
Yeah. So, hey, we talked about a lot tonight, and all of it is great financial advice, I have to say. Hey. But anyway, hey guys. So yeah, if you are hesitant about checking out other chains, please find us any way you can. Council of LP, House of Warlords. You can come into the BP Die chat. You could even come into the Dragon Fart Dust chat. You'll find us some way. If you DM me on Telegram, you got to @me in one of the main chats, because my DMs are special. But if you need help bridging over to something like Sonic, come inquire about it. The Council of LP actual YouTube video has all the links to get over to Sonic, and how to get onto the shadow decks to get into anything you want to get there. But right now, my focus is on loop burn. So we'll be doing updates on that as we go along. Hopefully we get the devs or someone from the team on here at some point, and we are going to rile them up and get them being like, loop burn to $1. It could go to $1 actually very soon.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. I love you all.
Love it. Love you, man. Appreciate you. No homo, but like Chris says, yeah, you're looking pretty nice with the stubble.
Thank you. Should I?
Oh shit! Hang on now.
So we
I don't
got-
think we can handle that. God damn it! How do I pull them off? That's too late. The joke's over now. Block. Go ahead.
All right, so we got Yee on Ethereum. We got BSX and Mavi on base. We got Loop Burn on Sonic. We got the Fitzgerald Company on Pulse Chain. Stick around. This alpha is it only comes once in a dozen. I want everybody to follow my YouTube page. It's the Block for DeFi. I have shows booked all the way to July. So every Thursday morning, every Thursday afternoon, we're gonna have a special guest, kind of talking about what it takes to win in crypto. And it's not all about charts and numbers. So we even have Tim coming to join us this week. So you guys stay tuned. This week should be fun. I got 2 guests this Thursday, and next week's guest should be pretty interesting as well. So y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of good stuff coming.
Hey, be sure and drop those streams in the House of Warlords and the Council of LP and tag me so I can make sure that I send that out also.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, and everybody go ahead and follow Tim, follow Chris, Johnny, Nathan, Ted, and Mo. Let's get these numbers up, man.
Let's go. Ted, Sheriff Ted.
Yes.
Last words.
Last words, I think, are hopefully will be inspirational and meaningful to everybody that's part of this panel. But what I want to start with is the fact that I look back on Nathan mentioned Dragon Fart Dust, and there was a stream going on, and I remember hopping in, and I was getting caught up on everything that happened while I was on vacation, and I think we had maybe 20 viewers, maybe 20 some viewers or so. It wasn't a big audience. Now hearing tonight's numbers of over 500, it's a reflection of what this has grown into, and I mean, it's really impressive to see how this is just kind of evolved into this really dynamic group of people that share very good information, good knowledge, lots of education, and I just see it continuing to grow. So I think it's credit to all that is part of this that brings these numbers forward, and I can see it continuing to grow. So I just wanted to kind of I don't know, for those that may be just joining in and figuring out what the Council of LP is or the House of Warlords, these streams really started just on a whim, and they just exploded, and they continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that should be telling you something in itself, that there's a lot of good information that's being shared here. And please make sure you follow all these guys, Mo, Tim, Chris, Johnny, Nathan, Blockhead, and don't forget about Let's Go. Let's go. But either way, great stream, guys, and it's always a pleasure. And I'm out.
Perfect. We will see y'all on Thursday. Have a great week. Get ready for the next batch of alpha. Don't miss this bull run. Set your notifications, and let's fucking go. Peace.
House of Warlords, destination reached. Let's take a look to make sure everything's peachy.
Give me a P. Give me a D. D.
You forgot about the B.
P. Die is based. Got it.
Based P. Die woman. I'm blaming young stunners for that one.
First, Mel, welcome Sheriff 10X. Mi casa your casa.
Hold still, gents. This is your alibi for why you can't work tomorrow.